What's up? Good afternoon. What's up? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome in to Tuesday with Thom. How's everybody doing? What's up? What's up? I always have to say it like that. I don't really know why, but anyway, I have to say it. So, Facebook, what's up? YouTube, what's going on Tuesday? I hope you're having a great day. TikTok, how's it going, TikTok? I love y'all so much and just thankful to get to hang out a little bit today. Uh, it's the weather is so much crazy different than it was last week. So we've had quite a bit of rain the last couple of days and a lot cooler. So listen, I'm all about breaking out a jacket real quick because I like it. So anyway, happy Tuesday, everybody. I pray that you've had an amazing week wherever you are and that you're just uh, feeling good, feeling good. Uh, I have had a great week. It's been a fast week. It seems like they all go fast these days, but here we are. It's Tuesday again, so uh, it's good. It's been really good. So God's got so much going on in my life that man, it just makes everything go by quicker. So Rachel, I see you popping on here. Thank you so much. And anyway, I'm just excited to get to spend a little time with you guys every week. I just it's just such a important part of my week, and so I look forward to it. And anyway, I just pray that it blesses you, something that I say. And so if you would love to share, then that would be much appreciated. So, uh, TikTok, thank you so much for being with me today, and YouTube and Facebook, of course. I really love you guys and pray for you guys, and just am thankful that uh, we get to be connected. There's several of you I see that I think I've said that this week. Like, I'm just so thankful that God has allowed us to meet, and with technology like it is, I'm so thankful. I mean, we're just feel connected no matter where you live. It's pretty cool that we can, at least feel like we're hanging out together every once in a while. And so, Chris, I see you're on here. So thank you for jumping on. I appreciate it. And it's good to see everybody getting on. I've got a great word for you today, and just want to encourage you all on this Tuesday. So, like I mentioned, it's been raining here in Oklahoma City, and it has cooled off like a lot. And so it's been that's been cool. That's been really good. But I don't really love the rain, but that's okay. We need it, and so it's okay. I like it. So summer's coming to a end quick. I mean, I just can't believe it. It's it just feels like this entire year has been flying by. And so if most of you guys probably know, but um, at the first of the year, literally on New Year's, God spoke to me and just kept saying, "Fast track, fast track, fast track." And man, He was not even playing, because that's what this whole year's been, has been a fast track. And I mean, this is the last Tuesday of August, and so we'll be in September next time I see you guys. And so it just is crazy to me. Yeah, but it's exciting, like I said. So uh, most of you probably seen my million post. We have our conference coming up in September, the 19th and 20th. So Uncommon Thread podcast, that's our podcast, Uncommon Thread Conference, Breaking Labels, September 19th and 20th here in Oklahoma City. And the closer it gets, the more excited I get, and the more things God's doing. And I am just feeling super excited and just feeling blessed every single day that uh, it just keeps on going. So, Melissa Diaz, thank you for being on here and moderating all the platforms. Uh, you are thebomb.com and you already know it. So you already know I love you. So anyway, happy Tuesday. If you're just joining us, I'm so thankful uh, for you guys. And man, I can't wait. I got a great word for you today. And God always speaks to me in kind of challenging ways sometimes and poses questions. And sometime we're going to talk about, I was thinking about it earlier, not going to be the topic for today, but uh, I was really, really blessed to get to do a connect group called Who Do You Think You Are? And so maybe we'll dive into that sometime on Tuesday with Thom. Who do you think you are? Such a great thing to do. So I can't see y'all's comments, and I don't know why. Not that I guess I don't need to, but uh, anyway, I don't know. That's okay. I guess I don't need to. I don't need it. So anyway, if you're commenting, and I don't know, like I said, I can't see it. So anyway, I love y'all and I'll see them. I guess I'll see them later. So let's get into it, you guys. So the topic for today is going to be, you know what to do, but will you do it? Come on, somebody. You know what to do, but will you do it? That was the question that God posed to me earlier. And I was like, wow, okay, God. Yeah, you know what to do, but will you do it? So it's one thing to receive your assignment or receive what God's telling you. Um, and then it's another thing to be obedient and to act upon it or to do what he says for you to do. So like I said, man, it's easy to hear it sometimes, even if it's a big thing. It's but uh it's another thing to act upon it and really step out and do it. So you know what to do, but will you do it? So, what is God telling you to do, or what has God been telling you to do? And maybe you haven't done it yet, or maybe you are in the process of doing it. So, congratulations if you are, because you usually when God tells us to do something, it's big, big, and we have to just do it with our knees knocking, right? So, anyway, so what's God's been telling you to do? You know what to do, but will you do it? Maybe it's write a book. Maybe it's start a t-shirt company. Maybe it's witness to somebody that you work with, or just send an encouraging text message. It doesn't have to be grandiose, really, but you know what to do, so will you do it? So one of the scriptures that I want us to talk about today is Matthew 26, 7 through 13. Matthew 26, 7 through 13. This is very familiar story. Most of you, if you've been around if you've ever been into church for very long, you probably have heard this story. But Matthew, all the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke for sure, all talk about the same story. And I love it because you get a little bit of more detail from each one of them. And I like that because obviously they're different people and they saw it, maybe a little bit different way. But so Matthew 26, it talks about the woman with the alabaster jar or the alabaster box. It just is described different ways again by whoever's saying it. So the uh, the woman with the alabaster jar was perfume, and uh, the Bible says that it was so expensive that it was like a year's salary. And so this woman felt led to go do this and purchase this perfume, which cost so much money. And uh, she did that, and uh, she went and did what she felt like she was supposed to do. So you know what to do, but will you do it? She knew what to do, and she had to have the courage to actually step out and do what she felt like she was led to do. So the first step was that she stepped out and purchased it. Again, that was a lot of money, a year's salary. Can you imagine if you make $50,000 in a year, or 100,000, or $200,000 in a year, and you take all that money and purchase something like that? And and so uh, this story has so many different levels and layers to it, because um, not only did she do that, but she actually had to go do it, right? What she felt led to do. And this was really a time where women were the servants, right? They served the men as they, talked and reclined and did whatever they were doing. And so that's what was happening is Jesus and the disciples and probably some other people were eating. They were all together. They were reclining, resting, whatever. And in comes Mary, and that's the Bible. We don't know. I don't think different versions say it different Marys, but in comes Mary with this jar of perfume, and she had to walk through this group of men to do what she knew that she was supposed to do. And I can't even imagine. Oh, yes, I can, because I've done it. I know you guys have too. You've been in similar situations where you've you've had to walk through people who don't necessarily like you, or people who think, well, who does she think she is, or who does he think he is, to interrupt us. We are relaxing. We are, we're having our time, and what do you think what do you think you're doing? And she had to go in that room, and she had to lock her eyes on Jesus and not pay attention to what anybody else was saying, what anybody else was doing. And she had to focus on what she was there for. You know what to do, but will you do it? And so, listen, she was already in the room. There was no backing out at this point. And you can imagine they're all talking and laughing and doing whatever. And she walks in, and they just like dead silence, right? It's just dead silence in there. And everybody's looking at her like, you know, who do you think you are? Going back to that, right? Who do you think you are interrupting us? And she took this most valuable thing that she had. And I love how it describes the alabaster jar, because I did a little bit of research on it, and it says that that the way that it was designed, the neck of the bottle had to be broken off to be able to use it. And I don't imagine that this was a ton of perfume. I mean, you guys imagine the little perfume or cologne bottles that we have. I don't necessarily know that it was a massive thing, and I'm sure somewhere it's recorded exactly how big it was, and I don't have those details. But come on, just go along with me here. Uh, I think that God has given us. Our imagination on purpose, right? We can each of us, I think, can gain a little bit. from scripture that means something to me that maybe you didn't get out of it. And that's okay. So she walks in this room, y'all, with this perfume. And the way it was designed, you have to break the neck of the bottle off to be able to use it. And so she had to break it off, break the neck of this bottle off, and again talk about the point of no return. But not only does she break the bottle, which means she wasn't going to go back, there's no way of putting it back together, but then the aroma filled the room. The aroma of her obedience filled the room so that everybody could smell it. Everybody could see what she was doing, right? And it wasn't even about that, really. It was about uh obedience. It was literally about obedience. You know what to do, so will you do it? And so she walked in that room, broke that bottle, and the whole thing was for her to anoint Jesus with this perfume. And that's what she did. She bowed down at his feet and she poured the perfume all over Jesus' feet, cleaning off his feet, and and anointed his feet. And then she took her hair and she dried it. In her tears, it says, between the perfume and the tears, uh, washed Jesus' feet. And then she used her hair to dry this off. And what a powerful experience that had to have been, just to get to be a bystander, a wallflower in that moment, to see this exchange of something that was incredible that was happening. So bold, so boss, right? That something she wasn't technically supposed to be doing, but she did it anyway. And so you know what to do. You know what to do. So will you do it? What big thing, what small thing are you supposed to do that maybe you're still trying to figure it out, right? Maybe God's told you, other people have confirmed it, but maybe you still haven't done it yet. Maybe you're still kind of waiting. Well, guess what? Here is your sign. Here is your sign to do what he says for you to do. Melissa, thank you for being on TikTok. I see you over here. Thank you so much. And everybody on TikTok, just caught my eye over here in the corner. But what a powerful exchange, y'all. And so not only did she step out in faith and do something that typically it's a taboo thing to do, but uh, but Jesus understood, right? Her and Jesus was having this intimate moment where she was worshiping him with everything she had, right? There was no going back. She could not put the perfume back in the bottle. And so then, as if this wasn't already such a big, bold move for her, then everybody in the room started griping at her, right? They started griping at her because she did that. How could she be so wasteful? Why would you waste such a precious thing? Why would you waste so much money? Judas, one of the disciples who would later betray Jesus, was the one that was really the most angry because he carried the purse, the money bag. And so why would she do this when she could have sold that and given to the poor, and just really bashing on her? And they were all just so frustrated and couldn't understand what was happening. And Jesus had to say to them, leave her alone. In one of the versions, he says it like that. Leave her alone. And man, that fired me up when I saw that, because there's some people that aren't going to understand you. They're not going to understand your call. They're not going to understand your gift. They're not going to understand your boldness. When you have an assignment to do something and you step out in faith and do it, there are going to be some people who are not going to be jumping on the bandwagon to be excited for you. They're going to be irritated because it makes them feel bad because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing and they missed it. And oh, I should have been the one to do that. Right. And so God will use sometimes the least expected person, the person that nobody else would have used, the person that everybody would have looked past or looked over or looked through. Have you ever been looked through where you just literally didn't feel like anybody even saw you? I mean, you're literally just like feel invisible. I have. And that's so similar to this story. So you know what to do. So will you do it? And I'm not kidding you all. God's not playing in this season. He is not playing in this season. And we all have an assignment and we all have stuff that we are supposed to do and are called to do. And it may look different to someone else because they don't have your assignment. What's Pastor Kim say all the time? They don't have your sauce. And so you may not get applause from everybody in the room, but you have to go in there like a boss and you have to do what God says to do. And I guarantee you, when God sends you into a room, it's going to flip the atmosphere. It's going to flip the flow. It's going to flip all the tables. It's going to flip all the opinions, and it's not even going to matter because what's the Bible say? Obedience is better than sacrifice. Y'all listen, there was one time we were on a cruise ship and God was talking to me about going and speaking to this lady, complete stranger, never, didn't know nothing about her. And I was like, no, God, this is weird. Like, who does that? And so I didn't do it. And that's been a few years ago. And I still think about that. Because I wasn't bold enough to go and do that. And so obedience is better than sacrifice. I sacrificed being obedient to God, and I potentially sacrificed confirming something for her that maybe she had been praying about. And so that's why now when God tells me to do something, I'm pretty quick to do it. I mean, again, no one's perfect. I'm definitely not. And I don't always do it. But, a couple of weeks ago, God spoke to me to do something. And I didn't do it right at first. I didn't really argue with God, but I kind of had, God and I had to have a conversation. I was like, God, when does it get to be my turn to get a random text message that someone says, hey, bro, I got, here's, God told me to give you this, or God told me to say this to you, or whatever. It's like, God, when does it get to be my turn? And I started testifying to God, right? I was like, God, I'm a giver and I pay my tithes and I give offering to people and, try to do all of these things. And when's it get to be my turn? God said, listen, you know my voice. So I don't really know what else to tell you because God talks to me like that. I don't know if he talks to you guys like that, but God will talk to me like that and say, well, listen, you know my voice. So, just whenever. I was like, okay, God, I'll do it. But I'm not going to do it today. And so I waited until the next day. And you know what? The next day, it was divine strategic placement, divine order from God, where the receiver on the other end, thousands of miles away from me, was literally having a conversation with God, saying, God, I just need a token. God, I just need to know that you hear me. God, just throw me a bone. And at that exact second is when that message landed. And so we're going to talk more about that in detail because it's such an amazing way that God just did it. And the times that we don't do what God says, it's a learning opportunity, right? We can't beat ourselves up over the head. We just have to be obedient the next time, right? We have to be a little quicker to respond, a little quicker to be obedient to what God is saying. But this woman, this was huge. This was a massive thing that she did. And again, she broke that bottle. There was no going back. And and I always love to think about what happened after this. What happened? This was such an outpouring, right? If you've ever been in that atmosphere where you can just feel God moving, and maybe you just have been carrying a burden for so long, and you finally release it, and you just cry, and you feel so, just like you've given, everything, and it feels so just good, right? You feel so light and just free. So imagine this amazing opportunity where she got to minister to Jesus. She got to give back to Jesus and love on him. And he said to the group that was there, "She is anointing my body for burial." They weren't even catching on to what was about to happen, but God used her to to anoint him in a way so that for what was coming for his next. And so I like to think about what happened after this, this exchange, right? Because once Mary left that environment, that situation, that exchange that she had, where she literally poured out everything she had and left it at the feet of Jesus. When she walked away from there and she went home, and she was walking down the street or whatever, uh, this gets me every time because she she used her hair to dry his feet. And so she could still smell that. She could still smell it on her hair where she had been. She had been in the presence of God himself, and she could still smell that sweet aroma, that sweet smell of obedience that she smelled like her environment. She smelled like obedience. You know what to do, but will you do it? Will you allow yourself to be in that uh, situation where you can feel that on you? You can smell it on you. Uh, what a powerful thing to consider. And it must have made her feel good, right? That Jesus defended her. It would make me feel good, right? When everybody's griping and complaining because you just wasted a year's salary doing something God told you to do, and 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 instead of them getting excited, they want to just punch you, and just belittle you. But she was doing exactly what she was supposed to do in that exact moment. She interrupted them and intersected that conversation and completely changed the trajectory of what was going on in that room. I mean, come on, somebody. Talk about flipping the flow, right? That is flipping the flow in a room like that. Uh, and so she had such an enormous, amazing assignment to do, and she did it. And like I said, she got to think about that for the rest of her life. And the Bible even says, I love this, what Jesus tells them is, you won't always have me with you. You will always have the poor, but you won't always have me with you. So she has anointed me for my burial. And he tells them, he said, you will be telling this story for generations to come. And here we are in August of 2025, still talking about her obedience, still talking about the ramifications that she had on that situation. And we're still talking about how amazing it was that no matter how scared she was, she walked in that room and she did what she was supposed to do. And so, uh, those are just regular people. The people in the Bible are just regular people. They're not any more special than you or me. They're not. They just happen to be part of the Bible. And so it doesn't mean that they're not special, but they're not more special than you are. They're not more special than I am. They're not. And so I want y'all to think about that this week. And um, you know uh, what has God been telling you to do that maybe you've been dragging your feet just a little bit, or uh, you don't really have all the details, and so uh, you're afraid to step out. You're afraid to take that first step. But when I tell you, uh, uh, I heard Stephen Furtick say, I caught an old, I think it was an older message. It might not have been, maybe just from last week, but um, he said that obedience, obedience will bring um, the next part of your assignment, right? Uh, the next thing that he's going to tell you, your assignment. And so sometimes we got to step out with our knees knocking, and we have to not understand the full plan, right? He's not going to give you the entire plan. He doesn't tell me the whole plan because he knows I'll try to manipulate it and mess it up. And, oh, well, what about this? Or how about this person could help? No, he will tell you just enough to get you to move. And then obedience brings more clarity, more confirmation, more whatever next steps, whatever it looks like. And so we don't always understand it. It may look crazy to everybody around you, including you, but you still have to do it. You still have the assignment. He still gave it to you. And so every one of us, every single one of us have an assignment that, uh, like I said, that uh, we need to be given. We need to be doing what he said to do. And uh, do it with your knees knocking. If y'all don't think this conference is something that has our knees knocking, then my gosh, that's crazy, crazy. Because it definitely has got our knees knocking. And so, but we're doing it with our knees knocking. And you know what? God's doing big things. God is doing huge, big things. And in our obedience, we are seeing God move and do some big things. And it's just powerful. It's so powerful. And so, anyway, I don't want to keep you a long time today. I appreciate you getting on here with me and spending a little bit of time with me. And so, like I said, take this with you this week. You know what to do, but will you do it? Have you done it? And so, if you haven't, then today is the day. It's only Tuesday, so you still have 3 more days this week to get it done and start it. And so, anyway, y'all, I love you so much. Thank you, like I said, for spending a little bit of time with me today. We have go check out my website, levelupwiththom.com. I know Melissa's been dropping the links, and thank you so much, Melissa. And go check out my merch. I've got some classes on there that you can take. They're right now they're available on demand. It's a self-publishing class and a writing class, and our conference is coming up, like I mentioned, September 19th and 20th, right here in Oklahoma City. And y'all pray. If you can't get here, you can donate if you want to. My link tree, I know Melissa's been dropping that. It has everything on it. You can donate, and you can, but most importantly, just pray. Pray for the people that are going to be there, that we're going to get to minister to, and we're going to just get to deliver this in a different way than what we've ever seen. And so, faith and fashion, bringing people together that wouldn't necessarily maybe come together. And thank you so much, Melissa, for that. And this is a big thing. Like, there's not really a blueprint for us to follow. Like we're kind of in uncharted territory. And so, but when God puts you with the right people, things just happen. And so, Melissa's been working behind the scenes, Melissa Diaz, and just helping and we're both learning. It feels like at mock speed, and I am here for it. And I'm so thankful. I'm thankful for all of you guys. And so, if you can't be here, just pray for us. If you've ever done anything like this, the enemy's pretty ticked off. And so he doesn't want us to do it. And so, he attacks, but it's interesting when you recognize the attacks and you don't let it, you're like, no, 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 you're not going to do that, devil. And so you just keep pushing. We just keep it moving and keep things rolling, because we like I said, it's exciting to have been given this assignment, and we're just we're throwing everything in it. I mean, we just are. And so I'm going to speak on Friday night. Destiny will be speaking on Saturday, and we have some other people that are speaking. And so anyway, we're less than a month away at this point. And so anyway, so just like I said, keep us in prayer, and pray that the right people will get in the room that need it. Man, there are people that are hurting that need to hear a fresh word from God. We're just crazy enough to do it. So we're just, out of the boat, and we're just going. So anyway, y'all, I love you so much. Have an amazing rest of your week. And thank you everybody for all your comments, and for liking, sharing, and all the things. So anyway, have an amazing rest of your week. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye, TikTok. I love y'all. Bye, YouTube.